Hello, everyone. Welcome to lecture 95. Ooh, the calling to unity. And I just wrote this as a title, not knowing if this is correct grammar or not. But I think and I know, or I hope, that you do understand what I mean with this. And if not, you can listen to this lecture and then you will know. Right? Okay, let's have some fun here as well. Like me, like I'm doing it right now. Yeah, this lecture calls you to unify, to unity, to unite with your with the spiritual, universal consciousness, God, however you call it, okay, however you want to call it, it's completely up to you. Yeah, but and in a way it's like a, yeah, it's like a mission I'm doing here. Yeah. But not for any religion, but for yeah, kind of for salvation, or for, and this is also very religious. It's a very religious word. So let's say freedom. Yeah, to break free. To break free. That's it. Yeah, to break free. To break free from everything, every limiting thing that tells you you are not this whole thing. Yeah, to break these boundaries, these limitations, and it was a wonderful saying in this lecture in the book, to become the light that lightens, that to become that light. Yeah, to become the light that shines on your problems, on your limitations, on your borders, limitations. Yeah, you can, yeah, to realize that you are doing it. You are, and this unified conscious identity or entity, or how you want to say it. Yeah, your soul. Yeah, you can give it the name soul. Yeah, your soul, which is in connection with each soul, which means it's actually just one soul. Yeah, like the ocean and the water drops. You are the water drop, but also the ocean. Yeah. Okay, and whenever you become the water drop, you can always remember that you are the ocean, that you can connect to this being, to this ocean being, where everything that moves everything, that alives everything. Yeah, and you can put that light on and let it shine on each problem, on each situation, on each person, yeah, on each situation and person that brings you a tight feeling and an ungood, unhealthy feeling. Yeah. And in this light, right now I have a little cup here with little flowers from outside, which my little daughter, she collected them and made this little cup for me. She is 4 years old, and yeah, she decorated my desk here, and I'm looking at it right now, and there comes a new metaphor in my mind. For example, the light out there, the sun, when it shines, it lets everything grow, right? It makes it, everything grows. And you know that not only beautiful flowers are growing from this light, there's also flowers or plants you don't like. Yeah, they smell bad, or they look ugly, or they smell ugly. Yeah, there are certain things that are not looking nice or not seeming to be nice. Yeah, they make a feeling of ugh. Yeah. And still, this light lets it all grow. Yeah, it makes no difference. It makes no judgment. It judges nothing. It doesn't say, yeah, it's just not judging. Everything can live, everything can exist. Yeah, a bright color flower and a dark black stinky something. Yeah, also with animals, you can say. Yeah, everything gets alive. Yeah, not by the sun, maybe by the sun. You can name it, and actually it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just a metaphor, what the sun does and what the light does, and what actually this whole universal consciousness is creating. Yeah, all the time it creates all things, all sides, all, yeah, all versions. Yeah, and yeah, you can just shine your light onto everything, so you turn away each judgment you have. Yeah, we, with our mind, with our dysfunctional mind, when it's bored, yeah, when it is bored, when it's not kept busy enough with acting in the way that it is supportive, yeah, then it starts getting destructive. Yeah. So we found that out again and again, and it's always a good memory, remembering it. You hear this lecture once a day, and that is like 17-20 minutes, and the rest of the day is 24 hours, and you are not thinking of this anymore. Yeah, of these things. except you're really doing this course, yeah, which today would say, actually, I unite myself with my goddess power, yeah, with my goddess in me, with my God in me. Yeah, I remember I connect today with that universal consciousness, with that God power, yeah, with his power, with her power, with its power. Yeah, you can, yeah, yeah. And that's how you disconnect from the mind stories about your life, about other people, about anything that is in your life. Yeah. Yeah, about everything. And you decide. Yeah, you turn on that light. And then it can change right away. Oh, in the light, even the dark flower has something pretty. Interesting. In the light, oh, even this so far annoying neighbor, yeah, even in the light he has something lovable, likable, yeah, likable, lovable. There is something, yeah. And if you can't see it, what you can do is, with people, when you really have nothing to see what you like. I did a huge, wonderful shift, you cannot believe, and it worked so well. I was so overwhelmed how well it worked. And that was an idea of someone who told me, just look at the person and then try to find a comic figure or a funny character from TV, from a book, from somewhere, anywhere, from politics, yeah, from anywhere, famous or a funny person, maybe his voice, maybe his way he looks, maybe his way he's behaving, whatever. Find something, and you will. There's always something that reminds you of something else. And this is what I did. I found out a colleague of mine who I didn't like, and everyone else also didn't like him, so it was really hard to like him. One day I thought about this, and then I thought, who does he look like? And then it came into my mind, an old politician from East Germany, where I'm from, who worked on that. Well, his name was Gregor Gysi. Maybe you know him from the history. And it's so funny. I met this politician just a few months ago also, and he talked to me. Yeah, that was so funny, because I wear a crown on my head since a year now. Almost every day I wear a little diadem, a little crown, yeah. And he came up saying, "Oh, you have a nice crown." And we said, "You are Gregor Gysi." "No, you are." "No, I'm." Then he made a joke. He said, "I'm Erich Honecker." "No, Helmut Kohl," he said. "Helmut Kohl," he said. And we all laughed about it, yeah. Yeah, quite funny guy. Anyway, No, I meant another one. It doesn't matter. Anyhow, I remembered, yeah, he looks in his face a lot like this politician that I know, that I knew from the past, yeah. As a child, I was a child at that time. But then I remembered, and that was a huge break. Because what did I do then? I went on his desk and talked to him and said, you know, you remind me of someone. I told him. So this is what you can do. You can, and you know what happened? I said to him, you look like this and this guy. And I said, but you probably don't know him. And he said, of course I do. I know him. Oh, yes, I'm half German as well. Oh, and I'm very familiar with your history of the old, behind the curtains, yeah? The old history. Oh, really? And then we started talking about this time and we found something in common. And that broke everything. That broke. And he even found it also funny that I said this to him. It turned out that he had a humor, that we had a similar humor in common, yeah? In a certain way, yeah? We could laugh together. And that's what you have to find. Where can you laugh with someone? About what can you laugh with someone? Yeah, laughing connects. Smiling, laughing, yeah, connects you. And that will change everything. And from that day on, everything was. I even went for lunch with him and other colleagues. Yeah, I went to lunch with him. Could you believe that? Yeah, from that. Yeah, and this is really what you can do. For example, yeah, as an example, a little story from myself. And for situations, what you can do with situations and moments, and you can, for example, with your financial situation. I have also this financial situation actually. And what if you tell yourself, I will never die of hunger or anything. I will always survive, live, and not just survive, live, yeah? I will always have a warm home for me and my children. I will always have food to eat. Always, yeah? No matter what happens financial wise. No matter, yeah? And that's what can make you relax and breathe and be thankful, be grateful. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then for what else? Yeah, this is financial relationships to people you don't like. Your close people you have problems with. Open your heart and say, what would love and light do now? What would love do now? And then you will find the answer. And the answer opens your heart, makes you relaxed and warm in your breast area. Yeah? And then you realize and look at the person in a complete different light. In a light that understands why this person can only act that way, why he is or she is so so in his, so stuck in his own or her own way. Yeah. And then you can let go of the fight or of the bad feeling. You can just also relax into it, okay? and let it be there. Just let it be. No resistance anymore against this being. Yeah. Taking off the resistance. Okay. I hope you had some good advices here, and yeah, train the lecture during the day to connect, to tell yourself, I am the unification with the wholeness. I am the unification with the wholeness. I am unified with the wholeness. I am, to remember. Yeah. Okay, enjoy. And now, if you really want to change something in your life, if you really think, oh, it would be nice to have a coaching session with Juliana. Some already used it, and I'm offering it to you again for a special, not so high price that I usually take, because you're supporting me here on this channel. So I give you this for a good price to get a good, a 1 hour session with me. It could take longer even, it doesn't matter. Yeah, take it. Don't wait for change. Grab the possibilities that are given to you. And if this is the one that you listen to now, then say, yes, I take it. And your new life starts right in that moment that you decided. When you decide no, better not, it won't change. Nothing will change. If you do, yes, I take this. Yeah, see what happens. Mwah!